This is the Fox 5 News Block.
And breaking news, another rough day on Wall Street. Currently, the Dow down more than 2,000 points today. Stocks are tanking again as President Trump's tariff plan escalates into a full-blown trade war. And more breaking news, a lifeline for TikTok. President Trump says he is signing an executive order to keep the platform running for an additional 75 days. And good afternoon, I'm Teresa Priola. Welcome to the News Block. We're going to have those stories in a minute, but we're going to take a live look outside right now. And it is quite the day outside, quite warm outside, in fact. Let's get over to Liv Johnson for a first look at the forecast. My car said it was in the 70s. I don't know if that's accurate, but it feels warm outside.
Yeah, it probably did feel like that. Most of us right now are in the mid to upper 60s, pushing 70. So it's an opening day for the Mets, and it's a beautiful day for baseball. I know we started out with some rain, but now we have lots of sunshine, a few clouds in the sky, but sitting in the upper to mid 60s. I mean, we really can't complain. We have hit 70 out on Long Island, 71 for Bridgeport, 69 down the shore of New Jersey right now, 71 for Newark and Bridgeport. We're a little bit warmer than we were this time yesterday, but then you see cooler air to our west, and we are looking at some cooler temperatures tomorrow. Winds aren't too bad, between about 10-20 miles per hour. We are gusting a bit stronger in places like Newark and Bridgeport, but winds won't be too bad this weekend. Like I said, some rain earlier today. Now we're looking dry for the rest of our Friday and some more sunshine on the way before more rain starting early Saturday morning. I mean, as early as midnight tonight into Saturday morning, we are expecting some rain. Most of it early on is concentrated up towards the Hudson Valley, Monticello, some out on Long Island. But really the whole day tomorrow, none of us are ever really clear of a chance of seeing a passing shower. That continues Sunday as well. Sunday morning through the day, we're going to see some scattered showers. So pretty much a rainy weekend all the way around. We do stay pretty mild for the rest of the day, but then we drop for Saturday, just a high of 50 tomorrow. Those scattered showers warming back up again for Sunday, finally getting rain out of the way by about Tuesday or Wednesday of next week.
All right, Liv, thanks. So let's go back to that breaking news and take a live look at the New York Stock Exchange as markets around the world react to President Trump's tariffs. Checking out the big board, the Dow down more than 2,000 points. There's a lot of red on the big board today. Now China is responding. Let's get out to Antoine Lewis live in our newsroom with this battle between the world's two largest economy and, more importantly, what it means for all of us here at home. Antoine.
It has been a rough day, Teresa. Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell says the president's tariffs are likely to raise inflation and slow U.S. economic growth. This, as you pointed out, with Wall Street's woes continuing. And as you mentioned, the Dow Jones Industrial opened down, and we took a look at it just now, down 2,000 points. NASDAQ was down, S&P, everything was down. And we're an hour away from closing bell, and right now things are still trending in that direction. Now, this comes a day after Wall Street recorded its single biggest day of losses since June of 2020, which was during the pandemic. Markets here and around the world continue to react to the president's announcement of tariffs on virtually every import coming into the United States, which he says will level the trade playing field that has disfavored the U.S. for decades. However, the tariffs have started a trade war that is poised to escalate as the world continues to react.
The markets will adjust. Businesses around the world, including in trade and global trade, they just need to know what the rules are. Once they know what the rules are, they will adjust to those rules.
Let's talk about China, who has already retaliated. It plans to match Trump's 34% tariff on U.S. exports starting next week. We're understanding it may be April 10th, which is next Wednesday. And economists fear that this is going to hit American consumers with an increase in prices. As you pointed out, T, China and the United States are the world's two richest economies. So we're staying on top of this, and we'll have the very latest again coming up today at 5. We'll send things now back upstairs to you.
All right, Antoine, thank you. Following more breaking news, President Donald Trump says he is signing an executive order to keep TikTok operating for another 75 days as he seeks a deal for American ownership. The news is coming as a Trump administration official who is speaking on condition of anonymity said Amazon actually put in a bid to buy TikTok in an 11th hour pitch. The ban on TikTok was initially set to go into effect on Saturday. Mayor Eric Adams and U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy holding a meeting this morning to talk about New York City's transportation and infrastructure needs. It comes as the federal government and the MTA have had months of back and forth about funding. The mayor taking Secretary Duffy on a tour of the MTA today. Duffy previously said the subway needs to be cleaned up. While on tour, the mayor said city and state officials need to make sure that the subway system is safe.
People still are concerned about their safety on the subway, and so there's very simple solutions. Clean it up.
We don't have to agree on all aspects of it, but we're going to agree that New Yorkers should have a fair and safe way to move around the city. And now it's the job of the governors, my job, to sit down with the administration and say, this is how we are using efficiently our system.
Following the MTA tour, Adams is taking Duffy on a tour of the BQE, which, as you know, is in desperate need of repairs, all while discussing congestion pricing. Developing news now, Sean Diddy Combs hit with a third superseding indictment. This includes additional charges of sex trafficking and transportation to engage in prostitution. Combs was arrested last year after being charged in a sex trafficking indictment. He has denied the allegations, and his trial is set for May the 5th. Actor Russell Brand sounding off after British police charged him with 5 counts of rape and sexual assault.
I've always told you guys that when I was young and single, before I had my wife and family, were just out of shot over there, my beautiful children, I was a fool, man. I was a fool before I lived in the light of the Lord.
Well, Brand's charges now follow an 18-month investigation. It was sparked when 4 women alleged they had been assaulted by the comedian and the actor between 1999 and 2005. Brand has previously denied these allegations. He says that these relationships were always consensual. Developing news, calls today to make sure hundreds of thousands of home care recipients are getting the care that they need. Recipients of the popular Medicaid home care program known as CDPAP could lose their service as home care workers face losing their jobs. This comes after a change to the program was implemented on Tuesday. The state decided last year to go with one company to pay these home care workers. Earlier this week, a judge put on hold the state's move, and today the courts are deciding to extend the hold for several months. Those that get this care gathered in Brooklyn today.
All we're asking for is the care we were promised for our workers to get paid, for this disaster to iron out, and blood will be on the state's hands if they don't act with intention, with fervor, and with care for all beings.
Now, the state is saying that more than 90% of CDPAP customers have registered with the new fiscal intermediary used by the state. All right, we'll be right back right after this.
It's on Friday. I'll be on the field. You're gonna be there?
Is that the football guy?
Can you give me a minute? Thanks.
So, do you have any plans on Saturday? I was thinking
Hey, is that the guy?
Dad.
Yeah, it's the guy.
Oh, I found Mr. Squishy.
Here, there, everywhere. Reliable internet where you need it most. Prices start at $30 per month when bundled. Go to spectrum.com to learn more.
All right, welcome back. Now on to a medical marvel. A Queens man suffering from heart, liver, and kidney failure receiving the gift of life. Fox 5's Jody Goldberg has more on his story and the first ever successful triple organ transplant on Long Island.
Sergio Arias Sistoni was losing hope.
I just can walk a couple of blocks. That's it.
The 47-year-old who suffered from a heart condition and diabetes spent 2 years on the heart and kidney transplant waiting list. Then in November, doctors determined he also needed a liver.
It really takes a village to do this type of transplant.
Sergio spent 3 months in the hospital praying for a second chance.
A lot of donors may have a heart that's appropriate for transplant, but not a liver and a kidney.
He got the news he was hoping for in February when doctors told him 3 organs from the same unidentified donor matched.
It was a big moment. I didn't know if I had to cry, if I have to smile.
He underwent a more than 12-hour triple organ transplant at North Shore University Hospital. It was the first of its kind on Long Island. A different doctor performed each transplant, one after the other.
We got the heart in, the heart started beating. Then we proceeded with the liver transplant. Phase 3 of that was doing the kidney transplant.
Doctors say there are fewer than 80 triple transplant recipients in the United States. As for what's next for Sergio, he'll be seen every month for the next 6 months. And while he will be on medication for the rest of his life, he says that's better than the alternative.
I feel so proud to get all these organs.
Sergio, who's from Queens, is now an advocate for organ donation.
If he never say yes, I'm gonna done on my organs, I won't be here also.
He's hoping to go back to work, and he jokes he's ready to run a marathon.
Miracles exist.
And to prove it, he's got a new liver, kidney, and heart overflowing with life, love, and gratitude. In Manhasset, Long Island, Jody Goldberg, Fox 5 News.
All right, to some sports news now. More accolades for legendary college basketball coach Rick Pitino. He was just named AP Coach of the Year. Pitino becomes the first St. John's coach to receive this honor. He led the Red Storm to a Big East title this past season and its first appearance in the NCAA tourney since 2019. St. John's matched a school record with 31 wins this past year, and they finished the regular season ranked 5th in the nation. That was their highest ranking in the past 34 years. Pitino shares the Coach of the Year award with Auburn's Bruce Pearl. This marks the first tie in nearly 60-year history of this award. And as the Mets get ready for their home opener, torpedo bat mania continues. This past Sunday, the Yankees launched 9 home runs in one game. One bat maker says they received 1,500 pre-orders. Many of them say sales started booming overnight. Another bat maker estimates half of the customers are now using the bats. The famous Louisville Slugger Bat Company says it is developing 20 different versions of the popular torpedo bat. New York tops the list of Food and Wine magazine's best U.S. cities for foodies. The magazine cited the sheer number of high-quality restaurants that can be found in all 5 boroughs. It also noted the variety of cuisines available throughout the city and the number of dining price points available in most neighborhoods. Chicago was Food and Wine's runner-up, followed by L.A., Austin, and New Orleans, rounding out the top 5. All good food cities live, that's for sure.
That's for sure.
Everybody's got something.
You know what? Tonight is a pretty decent night to eat outside, actually, if you want to get going with that. We stay pretty clear and dry. We see temperatures in the mid to upper 60s, but we do see those cool down overnight. Your earliest shower chance could be about midnight to 1 o'clock in the morning, and we could see some more rain overnight, but most of it's going to be tomorrow morning. And you'll notice when you wake up and head out the door, temperatures are going to be much cooler than they were this morning. In the 40s, we only get up into the 50s just barely. Rain will continue on and off really through the weekend. Saturday night, we're not clear of it. And then into Sunday morning and Sunday afternoon, we're just going to see spotty showers through your Saturday, Sunday. Tomorrow a bit cooler, and then Sunday a little bit more mild for a high of 63. Kind of a bit of a roller coaster for the next 4 days, and then we steady out a bit by about Tuesday of next week.
All right, Liv, thank you. And that's your news block for now. Thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend. See you back here Monday.